Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Oxygen Not Included. In the previous episode we have built this magma power generation setup and today it's time to hopefully set it in motion. Currently we are still missing the water within the steam room before we seal it off. We are also missing the water that goes into the thermo aqua tuner loop. There is a tiny little problem of my metal tiles being too hot because I made the mistake of actually having the doors connected for too long. Therefore, they're already heated up. This could result in problems. If we do happen to get some steam initially, I'm hoping because the water is dripping down, we are not going to run into too many issues. Actually, we could do this even better. If we, for instance, made a little staircase like this and then poke out this hole, then the water would dribble down and hopefully prevent any steam from escaping the room until we have this cooled down. In the meantime, we should also be able to connect the loop right there. So the water is being pumped out. It is polluted water, hopefully filling up this loop more or less completely. Maybe we do not want to fill it up completely, thinking about it. We can always extract a couple of pipes if there are too many packets in there. But there we go, the cooling loop is filling up. The staircase actually has already been built, so let's go ahead and fill this up with water. Enable auto bottle, high priority, let's freaking do this. Now, currently I might not want the aqua tuner to run, otherwise it's just gonna overheat. So I'm gonna say if it is above 1000 or 9000 degrees, whatever. You know, just a setting that is essentially disabling it. But there we go, we can see the loop is entirely filled up, which means we can remove this liquid bridge and hopefully forget about it. So now all I want to see is people bringing the water over here. It is gonna dribble down and look at that. We did get a little bit of steam, yeah, as we can see, but I think the idea is working. We can contain the steam within the chamber. And now also these tiles should slowly but surely cool down, at least to the point where they're not gonna heat up more of the water. Now we want a substantial amount of water in here, at least 20 to 50 kilograms per tile. So now we're just gonna wait for more water to dribble in and hopefully fill this up within a reasonable time frame. So I'm also just checking, and obviously we want all the steam to disappear. And there it actually goes. Yeah, this is all gonna be condensed and we're back to a vacuum. So this was less complicated than I first anticipated. We are currently sitting at around 40 kilograms here, and there is only about 10 kilograms in the tiles on the left side. There comes another bottle. This might actually be the last one. Yeah, you know what? We're just waiting for maybe two more. More steam is just gonna mean more heat capacity, which is a good thing in this case. There we go. I think this is gonna be the last one. I'm gonna disable auto bottle, and then we probably want to sweep up some of that stuff. I'm also gonna deconstruct these two tiles again and rebuild my ceramic insulated tile. Gonna make sure all the items are picked up and then we can close off this room. Now I think instead of water, I want them to bring some petroleum or crude oil. Let's just go with petroleum because that's usually what we go with. And actually before we do that, we might want to wait for them to finish this. We don't want to mix the petroleum and water. There we go, said and done. Everything is cleaned up. We're gonna bring some petroleum. Just in case we don't have any hanging around, I'm gonna let some more drop into the bottom pool here, giving me access to just enough, hopefully. All we really need is enough in order to cover all of the steam turbines. It's really only a couple of kilograms per tile. Like with the second bottle, we should already have this completely filled up. Come on, boots, 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 boots. They brought one more bottle. That is definitely going to be enough. So I'm gonna disable this and we can actually already deconstruct this. No need for it anymore at this point. I also want to make sure we can actually drain this pipe, and then I'm probably just gonna mop up the polluted water. Okay, steam turbines are covered. I think we can enable this. Now, the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna tell the sensor if the steam or water temperature in this case is above, let's say, 190 degrees, we want to open up the door. Green signal is open up the door, so let's say 190, and we're just going to do that because of the delay. 200 is actually the highest temperature you can have to provide your steam turbines with power. If you go above that, it's just going to be inefficient, if not detrimental to overheating. So above 190 degrees, we're gonna copy the settings for each of the doors. Obviously, all of these metal tiles are already heated up, so if I enable this, everything should be working. And of course, we also want to re-enable the sensor here. We have polluted water, so we can go to minus 20 degrees or so, but we're just gonna say enable the aqua tuner if the temperature is above 0 degrees. So we go back to the previous setting and we should be seeing the polluted water cooling down. At the moment it is 63 degrees, so it's pretty hot, and therefore everything is going to run through the aqua tuner at least once. And we can see sometimes the pipe is going to be blocked, but that is fine. That is just because of the length of the tubing. However, since we gave the bypass the priority, it should never occur that one packet goes into the aqua tuner that is already too cold. We can also see all the doors are now closed because they attempt to heat up the water here to the 190 degrees. Actually, they heat up the tile and the tile is then gonna heat up the water. But as soon as that is the case, like let's have a look at this sensor. It is 102 degrees, 80 degrees, and now it is 158. And it slowly creeps up to the 190, and now you can see the doors are all opening. As soon as this balances itself a little bit out, the doors are not going to open and shut all the time, but you can now see all the steam turbines are actually going for it. Now, I just noticed that I might have forgotten one thing. Yeah. This automation wire is of course very important, so I am wasting my power at the moment because I have not enough batteries. But all this wiring is going to make sure that the steam turbines are only activating as soon as we don't have enough power. So this is all coming from the top here, and it's dictated by this smart battery. Should we use up so much power that this smart battery goes empty, then it's gonna enable the green signal and therefore enabling the steam turbines. If the steam turbines are shut off, there's no reason for the doors to close again because the steam is gonna remain at a steady temperature. So yeah, that is going to be a little bit of a waste, but we can only hope the automation wires are gonna be built very quickly. And you can see the steam turbines are actually running at their full potential, and it's always around the 200 or 190 degrees mark here, which is absolutely perfect. There we go. Of course, it's Turner that comes to the rescue and is hopefully gonna disable those steam turbines. We're now wasting all the heat we have stored in the magma. Now, the basic principle is that not all of these metal tiles have to touch the lava. We could just have a couple of poles going down. You know, as soon as this is actually solidifying, we can decide to ladder down a little bit and dig it away, and then just keep on building those metal steel tiles in order to connect the system to active magma. So now a couple of these turbines stopped working, which is what I wanted to see. Come on guys, you can do this faster, don't waste all of my power. Now, what we should be seeing here is a very hot steam room, and then slowly but surely we're gonna see very cool steam turbines. Right now, if we have a look at that, the packets are still pretty hot at the moment. But during times where we don't need the extra power, it's gonna cool down tremendously, even below 0 degrees. Time to remove all the temporary things, and I'm also mopping up the polluted water, which of course is not having a great effect on the environment. Come on guys, just a couple of wires to build. I want to now actually see this cool down. Did we even build the radiant pipes? Yeah, they are there. Darn it. Okay, I knew I forgot something. The thermo aqua tuner is now overheating because this thing is running and still heating up the steam while the steam turbines are shut off. So maybe the better solution would be to take this automation wire, set up a NOT gate and use it to power the doors. This means the steam turbines would go no matter what until the steam temperature is at 125 degrees or lower, and then they would stop, which would allow us to still keep the aqua tuner running. Alternatively, we could say if this sensor still detects liquid that is above 0 degrees, we are also going to enable the steam turbines just in case. But honestly, it would be more efficient to just set up another sensor. Okay, I'm going to quickly revert back to one of the autosaves and set this up once again in order to prevent this from happening. Probably going to set up a sensor here that is enabling the steam turbines if we hit critical temperatures. Alrighty, we are back. I changed up the system a little bit as promised, and now we have this additional thermo sensor that detects a temperature of above 250 degrees, and in this case it is going to enable the steam turbines to take away a little bit of this heat. This way I can now also leave the aqua tuner running just in case we need to cool this down even more, but you can see the top layer now has a fairly cool temperature. In this case, I'm gonna re-enable my sensors here to above 190 degrees, copy this over again, and we should be at the same stage as before. So all that temperature is now going to heat up to 190 degrees, maybe sometimes even more. Hopefully the doors are gonna react in time. Maybe it would have been wise to introduce even more steam, so the temperature fluctuations aren't gonna be that big. But overall, I think it's gonna work out fairly nicely. And now we can basically go for power-hungry systems without too much of a thought. Cool, I really liked how this turned out. I mean, we will be able to utilize this for thousands of cycles. And even after that, we will be able to utilize these minor volcanoes. We have like 3 of them. Where's the third one? Over there. If we make a contained system for them, we can basically resupply the magma whenever it solidifies. Now, in the second part of this video, I would like to keep on cleaning up a little bit all the materials from down below here. They should be picked up and brought over to my storage system. Oh, except maybe the liquid sulfur. Hold the phone. What do you need? Freeze point is 115 degrees. So theoretically this should have solidified already. Maybe if I tell them to, instead of sweeping them, to empty it, that might be the better idea. And then we should be getting some sulfur back, hopefully. There we go, said and done. Everything is set to empty and not sweeping. Now, another thing I would like to accomplish today is revamp the power system. That means we're gonna need lots and lots of copper and iron. We're gonna go with 50 copper crafts and 50 iron crafts right here in the second machine. Come on, what are you? Hey! And then this machine right here is still producing a tiny bit of steel. Let's maybe put this up to 20 again. I was actually missing the refined carbon, which I'm now producing more of. And obviously we're still missing the lime. However, lime is incoming. If we have a look at my pokeshell farm, you can see there are quite a few creatures already running about. And we have even more in the incubation room. This is going great, I have to admit. Okay, let's check out the power system. You can see a lot is still going wrong. What I would like to achieve is this power line going all the way down. That is good. And then I guess we can lead this over here, but I want to do this on a different level. We should now also be able to completely take this apart at least. And yeah, basically I just want it to be a little bit more organized. At the moment it doesn't make too much sense in my eyes. Actually, another thing we can do is take apart this part. We're not gonna need the petroleum generators any longer. And then another thing I would like to do is make this chamber here a little bit bigger. So we're gonna build all of these tiles now. Let's take apart the deodorizer here, and then we can make this almost double the size. But yeah, we're definitely also gonna focus on picking everything up and bringing it to the storage. I think that's gonna be worth it, especially also for the decor, but generally because it feels much more satisfying. Maybe another thing we can do is already take this apart. I mean, this machinery is probably gonna move somewhere else where it's more practical. This pip just made a crucial mistake. It's probably going to drown now, but who cares? And then I guess this also means we would want to build the pump a little bit lower down here. Actually, let me bring this over and we're gonna build it like so. That should be good. Yeah, water is already dripping down. Wonderful. When it comes to power, I now also want to exchange everything with heavy watt conductive wires, even though that might be a little bit of a waste, since we're not really using 50 kilowatts. But you know, future-proofing the system isn't necessarily the worst of ideas. The question is just where exactly do we want to lead this over? At the moment it's going all over the place and I would like to have a line horizontally. And I guess right here it's not very convenient. We could potentially do it here. And oh my gosh, this is actually all we can do and we already ran out of materials. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use this level in order to lead the cable all the way over. So all of this I will be able to remove. Oh man, there's still so much stuff to pick up. I guess we're just gonna initiate the commands already. Oh no, look at this system. It's already full again. At some point, maybe we should set up a system so the carbon dioxide gets expelled into space. And I just noticed we have a little bit of oxygen in there as well, which is really bad. I hope this is not a regular case. Like, how could this even happen? Yeah, there's even some oxygen in the storage here. This is really bad. So maybe just as a security measure, if we detect oxygen or something else than carbon dioxide, we're gonna vent things out. So if it is carbon dioxide, we don't want the vent to open up. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. Oh my gosh, I just have no materials whatsoever. Let's do it with cobalt. And this should then theoretically get rid of the problem in case we have a little bit of gases we don't want in there. You know what? As they are building the wires, I actually had a better idea. What if we used the lowest level in order to transfer the power over? I think that might be just the better idea instead of having all these horizontal lines. On the other side, I'm really not sure about this because we have a lot of our power transformers right here, which are distributing the power into various systems. Man, I have to say, this is really not easy. Maybe another thing we can do, that just reminded me for some reason, but let's go into research and research the rest of the stuff we haven't researched yet. Once we have researched everything, which there is still a little bit left to do, but once we did that, we don't need our research machinery anymore. There's also more oxalite to pick up. I'm gladly taking that. Oh man, there's still so much to do. Another thing is this petroleum pipe. We don't necessarily need that anymore. Can we drop down everything into this chamber? I guess we can then mop it up and bring it over here. Yeah, that might actually be the easiest option in this case. Let me just go ahead and get rid of this and then I'm going to mop everything up. Let's actually catch this in the act so I can react. Okay, yeah, that is going to work out. Just mop that up as soon as you can, please. That would be great. And then I guess we can also drain this pipe. There we go. And all of these packets are gonna be dumped down and then I can get rid of all these pipes here as well. Yeah, I knew this was going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt to remove, but it's another thing we will have cleaned up, you know. New printables, nutrient bars. For some reason I always get the nutrient bars, but it's better than nothing, I guess. There we go. Pipes are being removed. Let's exchange this with ladders again. We can get rid of that. And there was some automation wire we don't require anymore. Pipes should now be completely empty by now. So you can go, and also this system can finally go. I also don't see a reason why we should keep around the lower room at this point. So this can go as well. And then guys, keep on mopping, please. Thank you very much. Yeah, Ruby is actually doing a phenomenal job. Look at that. She goes crazy. Actually, she's disgusted by it. It's just petroleum. Come on. Next time I'm gonna assign her the P to mop up. You know, currently I'm just basically waiting for more materials. But now that we have cleaned this up, I think I'm gonna see my plan through here. Let's see. Copper, just 5 more tiles. Yeah, guys, we are not going to finish this in today's episode. It's just way too many materials we require. I'm gonna build a couple more aluminium pipes here, or power cables I should say. And I guess with the new plan we're not going to require this connection anymore. That means this is material I can get back. This is all copper, aluminium and iron. A fancy mix basically. I'm also going to get rid of my skill scrubber here. Don't need that anymore. Yeah, I mean it's kind of slow progress, but we are getting somewhere. And I will just have to think about how I want my power setup to really be. At the moment I'm not happy that things are going all over the place, but that is the current situation we have to resolve somehow. The juicer has been completed. That is one thing we might actually want to have a look at to make them even happier. But then from the top down, this is the next thing we can research, a petroleum engine. Actually, can I do this one first? The battery module stores excess power generated by a rocket engine or rocket platform, and we have the power outlet fitting. Intriguing. And then the petroleum engine is what I'm mostly interested in because we essentially have an unlimited amount of petroleum at the moment. This is all filled up, we're not producing any more plastics, and if we have a look at the other planetoid, we will be able to see that indeed the crude oil has accumulated quite a bit. I guess in the meantime in this world I should keep on digging a little bit, but yeah, we still are facing the same problem. They don't have the appropriate skills. Looking at their morale, they're actually pretty happy with their omelets and everything, but let me see, Joshua maybe? No, I would have to spend way too many points. You know, I mean, technically we could skill scrub Gossman for instance, and then we are gonna spend his points somewhere else, though this is really what he likes to do at the moment, so Joshua might be the better option. Now look at that. It just doesn't feel right, but Joshua is actually not necessary anymore. So maybe we're not gonna do the improved farming and everything, but we're gonna get into the super hard digging. At the moment, he doesn't really have to cook or farm. Yeah, man, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna skill scrub Joshua. Joshua just got out of bed, the skill scrubber is in place, so let's scrub his skills, I guess. He doesn't look like he's enjoying it particularly. In the meantime, let's check back on the world. Yeah, that's what I thought. Some more stuff to construct. We are still doing the copper and iron from the looks of it, and a tiny bit of steel. So things are running along, but replacing all of the power wires is definitely gonna be a long-term project. Oh no, it's actually stuck in this machine with food poisoning. I'm so sorry for you. Let's actually have a look at these omelets. They are still fresh. Yeah, food still literally doesn't decay in carbon dioxide. Et voila, he is actually done. Wonderful. Let's check your skills. So first things first, we definitely want to give him the super duper hard digging skill, that's for sure. And then I also would like improved carrying and maybe improved strength. Can we do that? Ooh, that's gonna be a little bit close, so I'm gonna wait with the strength. Yeah, I'm also gonna give him the grilling skill, just so that he can still utilize the electric furnace. But yeah, look at this. Now we can collect all of the materials again, which are then in turn gonna be brought over to my main world, which is absolutely phenomenal. I wonder what happens with these diamonds. Didn't I set these up? Ah, there we go. I guess we can also send over the diamonds, sulfur and abyssalite. Sure thing. Great, I'm already feeling much better about this now. In the meantime, I'm building my power wire as promised, but it is still gonna take a while. We can place another 4. That's almost enough to actually connect this. And then what I'm gonna end up doing is actually lead this all the way over, so we can go up at this point as well. Is that really gonna be worth it? Yeah, I guess once I have enough materials, I'm actually gonna lead one of these power cables all the way up through each of the ladder systems. Why the heck not? It is a little bit of a waste of materials, but we can certainly afford it. And then I guess we can also finish the edges here. This is actually almost done. Wonderful. How is it looking on the other side? Oh yeah, we're absolutely not done on this side. So that's maybe another thing we can take care of. How far do we want to take this? I don't really know, but there's more stuff to pick up. Definitely gonna go for that. Okay, we're actually doing pretty good. Maybe another thing we should set up soon is a cleaning system for the Chermy water. But at the moment, as you can see, there are plenty of storing commands, so I guess I want to let them work on that a little bit. Well, how did you make it out of here? Hold the phone. Let's go ahead and wrangle these up. I'm not sure how they escaped, actually. We're also gonna go on another killing spree, getting rid of all the critters here that are annexes, basically. Well, maybe we're not gonna get rid of the poke shells, because they might still give us lime. More research is completed. Wonderful. So we're gonna go for the hydrogen or petroleum engine. And I don't see a reason to go with anything else other than the petroleum engine. Maybe we're gonna automate something with the CO2 just because we have so much of it. But the petroleum engine is definitely gonna help us to explore space a little bit further. There should be 2 more planets at least. Like, if I'm not mistaken, it's a hot and cold planet that we're still missing. That could be interesting to explore. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna keep doing my thing here a little bit. It might be worth leaving this running for a little while. I mean, we have no stress at the moment. We don't have to really take care of anything urgently, which is gonna allow us to refine some more metals and clean things up a little bit. Yeah, I would say with that out of the way, we're gonna wrap it up a little bit early today. Let me know what you want to see the next time. Should we start automating the rockets, or should we maybe now go for that tree farm? I think the tree farm would be a good idea. Actually, the rocket automation would also be a good idea. So it doesn't really matter to me. Just let me know what you want to see. But with that out of the way, thank you so much for watching. Have a great time, and hopefully I'm going to catch you in the next one. Bye bye.